I'm surrounded by trash. I'm surrounded by queers. Why is my penis covered in red, throbbing, pussing welts? I'm in California. I'm in hell. This video is sponsored by the YouTube channel Tack Times, a channel that focuses on bringing a unique perspective through amazing video mashups. Click the link in my description and subscribe to his channel right after this video. California. You know, California is kind of like an annoying grandpa who's also mentally challenged and also has AIDS. You know, you're supposed to love him because he's part of the family, but at the same time, he keeps getting worse and worse until finally you start to wonder, maybe pulling the life support is the best option. That is right, everyone. Grab your maps. We are heading to the infamous Retardville, California. Now, Cali is always outdoing themselves in stupidity, but recently, they've done a series of stupid things pretty close together, which just proves what a liberal paradise Cali truly is. And see, the thing is, California is actually really nice as far as the weather goes, so maybe you decide you want to go to California for vacation. You pack your bags, you fly on down to Cali, you're surrounded by attractive women, and I don't know, maybe you want to get tan. Well, you might get AIDS instead, because California has lowered the penalty for knowingly exposing people to HIV. Well, oh goody, HIV, the incurable disease. HIV, the disease which leads to AIDS. AIDS, the disease that could potentially kill you, or at least make your life a living hell. Starting January 1st, which I wish it was April 1st, Cali will now give you a very light sentence for knowingly exposing someone else to HIV. The law previously punished people who intentionally exposed or infected others with HIV by up to 8 years in prison. The new legislation will lower jail time to a maximum of 6 months. 6 months! For giving someone an incurable disease. And it's not even a lighter sentence for accidents or something like, oh, I'm sorry, I had no idea I had AIDS and I accidentally spread it to someone else. Please don't punish me too harshly. No, it's like, go out, bang everyone, and spread AIDS. It's like, spread your seed, but sprinkle the AIDS on top. It's like getting a big piece of chocolate cake with sprinkles on top, but the sprinkles have the potential to kill you, or at very least make you wonder if you're gay or black. Now you may be wondering, why on earth is California doing this? Well, believe it or not, it's something about destigmatizing HIV. The most effective way to reduce HIV infections is to destigmatize HIV, Wiener told CNN. To make people comfortable talking about their infection, get tested, get into treatment. Okay, so a guy advocating for a lower HIV sentence has a last name which sounds like a penis. I can taste the irony. Okay, Wiener boy, help me understand. How on earth will lowering the prison sentence for knowingly spreading a disease help to destigmatize it? The previous law didn't lock people up simply for having HIV, it was only if they knowingly spread it. Just if the prison sentence was longer, why would that keep people from talking about it? You really think everyone's way too scared to talk about it? But now the prison sentence is a little bit lighter, so they're just gonna waltz down to the doctor and start getting treatment. The law only affects people who knowingly spread AIDS, not people who simply have it. And I would disagree with you even further. I think some things should have a negative stigma around them, and HIV is one of them. Besides, wouldn't the stigma around HIV help people get treatment? If you hear about how terrible something is over and over again, and then suddenly you have that thing, you're gonna be really motivated to get treatment. That's gonna be far more effective than treating HIV like no big deal. Whatever, just like California sink to its own demise in a giant, disgusting puddle of AIDS. If I'm ever forced to go to California for whatever reason, I'm gonna be going looking like this. The liberal crazies in California literally care more about destigmatizing AIDS than they do about not spreading it. So maybe you thought that was bad? California is always outdoing themselves. California has made misgendering someone with improper pronoun a jailable offense. And as of right now, this is only being enforced in long-term care centers such as nursing homes. Any person who violates this chapter or who willfully or repeatedly violates any rule or regulation adopted under this chapter is guilty of a misdemeanor, and upon conviction thereof shall be punished by a fine not to exceed $1,000, by imprisonment in the county jail for a period not to exceed 1 year. Hold on a second. Am I reading this correctly? Imprisonment in the county jail not to exceed 1 year. You will get a harsher sentence in California for misgendering someone than you will for knowingly spreading AIDS. At this point, I'm about ready to just hop on the next flight, go to California, get AIDS just so I can die. You are given a more extreme punishment for willfully using the wrong word than you are for willfully or intentionally spreading a potentially deadly disease. Let that sink in. I mean, can you just imagine this? Some nice 20-year-old woman, I don't know, we'll call her Samantha or something. She wants to provide for her family, so she goes and she gets a job at a nursing home. And one day, she's pushing the old fart around in his wheelchair. He's doing his little crossword puzzle, pooping in his diaper, I don't know, whatever old people do. And another worker comes up and asks Samantha how she's doing. Samantha sweetly responds, "Oh, I'm doing good, and he's doing really good also." Well, whoops-a-daisy, Samantha. You just assumed someone's gender, and it turns out he identifies as female. Sure, he's 97 years old, has severe dementia, and thinks it's Christmas, but it doesn't matter. Have fun rotting in prison, Samantha. The bill, known as the LGBT Senior Bill of Rights, was authored by State Senator Scott Wiener. Wow, imagine my shock. More progress from the penis man, who felt that the law, not the nursing home, should punish an employee for stepping out of the approved line of times. Look, I get some people might be sensitive and whatnot, but this is absolutely insane. Throwing someone in prison for using the wrong word is not only beyond retarded, it's actually pretty scary. Does California not realize that all this does is make people hate trans people? Transgender people already don't always feel very included in society. Now you're gonna have workers and employees walking around on eggshells just to avoid getting thrown in prison. By giving transgender people this extra cushion, this extra protection in the law, you no longer treat them as normal and equal individuals. You treat them like they're wimpy fags that can't handle anything. Wiener boy, you are hurting transgender people. Stop. And while we're on the subject of transgender people, why don't we wrap this up with the final stupid thing California has recently done? They are now about to legally recognize a third gender. We are getting so far down the road of degeneracy that it's literally getting to the... We appear to have a visitor. It's Honest Bear, my teddy bear friend that tells you the truth no matter how much you don't like it. Honest Bear, what do you think about this third gender business going on in California? There are only two genders, and anyone who says they're anything other than male or female is probably an attention-whoring whose dad left them for very good reasons. Good one, Teddy! So now you arrive in California for your vacation. Not only can you get AIDS very easily, not only can you go to prison for misgendering someone, but now you have to deal with these non-binary queers prancing around left and right. Now, we as logical people know that non-binary is not a thing. It's really just a bunch of attention-whoring BS. There are only two genders. Even transgender people are testimony to this. Transgender people can either transition from male to female or female to male. There is no in-between. There is no third gender. But who cares about the facts? This is all feelings-based nonsense. By 2019, the Gender Recognition Act will allow transgender, intersex, and non-binary people to choose a third gender option on their IDs and so on. Well, I might as well take advantage of this. Hi, California. I'm toucan-sexual, which means I identify as a toucan. My pronouns are toucan and zer. Where's my gender recognition? Oh, there isn't one? Bigot. With Governor Brown's signature on this bill, transgender and non-binary people will now be able to identify themselves as they are, not as who society tells them they should be. State Senator Scott Wiener said in a No! Scott Wiener! Just do us all a favor and suck a wiener. You are literally ruining your own state, and your last name enforces patriarchy. But seriously, it's so obvious that these are just emotionally charged arguments. Be who you want to be. Just if someone says they identify as something doesn't mean they are that thing. Just if I say I identify as a toucan doesn't actually mean I am a toucan. Just if I say I identify as a woman doesn't mean I am a woman. What makes this worse is the new bill also makes it easier to change your gender. You no longer need a doctor's note confirming you've even undergone gender affirmation surgery. That's great. This is just grand. You don't even need to be a confirmed transgender individual to change your gender legally. That means any old schmuck that wants some extra bonus victim points can just waltz right in and change their gender. You know, what I wonder is, how easy is it to change your gender again? Like, let's say one day I identify as a woman, so my ID says I'm a woman. But the next day, I identify as a man, but my ID still says I identify as a woman, therefore that ID is oppressing me and being transphobic. What am I gonna do? My head's about to explode. Anyway, there you have it. Welcome to California. This, my friends, is what happens when liberals gain control. We have people running around spreading their AIDS left and right. We have people in prison for using the wrong pronoun. A bunch of attention-whoring queers running around having their non-binary claims validated. And whatever the hell this demon is, running rampant. 3 claps for progress. Thank you everyone for watching this video, and guys, before you go, please subscribe to my friend Tack Times. He makes videos on a wide variety of taboo topics such as politics, religion, criminal justice, and so much more. Some of his videos are serious while others are satirical, but they are all interesting video mashups which bring a unique perspective to those who are interested. Tack Times content can be controversial, disturbing, politically incorrect, and so much more, so you definitely won't want to miss out. Click the link in my description or the button at the end of this video to subscribe to his awesome channel. You won't regret it. Thanks everyone. Be sure to give this video a like, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Peace.